Truth Seekers. Welcome back. Sack here. There was just a major upset in the tournament. Middle Tennessee upset Michigan State, who is a favorite by the media to be in the national championship game. They have been defeated as a number 2 seed by a 15 seed, something extremely rare in the tournament. The only worse upset is a number 16 seed versus a number 1 seed, which could potentially happen later today. And what a day for tournament history if that were to occur. What I want to show you, though, is that this was a scripted loss. Michigan State lost because they were rigged to lose. If you missed my preview video, I said Michigan State's my favorite to win next year's tournament, and this loss could be foreshadowing of that. So let me show you what the tribute was. The star player of Michigan State is named Valentine. From Valentine's Day to today's loss was a span of 33 days. 33 is a number of sacrifice. Later today, Oregon, the number 1 seed from the 33rd state, goes up against Holy Cross. I just did a video on why that could be an upset. Here's that same number of significance. 33 days later from Valentine's Day, Michigan State, led by Valentine, goes down. Now check this out. The final score was 90-81. Michigan State lost with 81 points. Something that I am observing and recording is in sports, both professional and collegiate, the losing team within their score often has a tribute to the winning team. Michigan State lost with 81 points. This was a big number last year in the tournament. Seems to be showing up this year. Middle Tennessee in Gematria equals 81. They just defeated Michigan State in a monumental upset, 90-81. Something else I've been keeping my eye on are the Tennessee teams in this year's tournament. And the reason I'm doing that is because Martin Luther King Jr. in history was assassinated on April 4th. This coming April 4th will mark the 48-year anniversary of his death. It'll also be the date of the national championship, which I expect North Carolina and Kansas to be in, as I've been saying. Michigan State was one of the biggest threats to that prediction. They're now out. So anyhow, April 4th this year, it falls on a date with 44 numerology. Plus it's April 4th. When you write out 44 as a word, when you write out April 4th as a word, they both sum to 144. Special numbers. ESPN calls it pure madness, which in Gematria sums to 45, like Spartans, like the number Valentine himself wears. Again, 33 days since Valentine's Day. Denzel Valentine, star player. I'm sure his career will only go up from here for all you Denzel Valentine fans. You know, this is part of the scripted losses. These guys in the college league learn to play rigged ball for the professional league. It's like the trial stage. Those of you who want to know, do I think every player is in on the rigging? No. The only people that need to be in on the rigging at the collegiate level are the refs, the coaches, and some of the star players, the blue chips, if you've ever seen that movie. His birthday numerology, Denzel Valentine, syncs up with Freemasonry, syncs up with basketball. Notice that Michigan State Spartans also have Gematria of 93. This reminds me of Martin Luther King Jr. for this reason. Martin Luther King Jr. in Gematria equals 93, just like Malcolm X. These two men only met one time in history. They met on a date with 93 numerology. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his final speech on the 93rd day of the year at a church with a 93 Gematria that has an address of 930, no joke. Have videos on this. These are numbers of sacrifice. Crucifix equals 93. 93, number of sacrifice. Dean Smith equaled 93. Died on a suspicious date. Won the championship in 93 with North Carolina. Anyhow, Malcolm X died on a date with 44 numerology. His assassin was named Thomas Hagen. Show you this real quick. Thomas Hagen equals 44. Thomas Hagen got 44 years in prison. Martin Luther King Jr. died on 4/4, April 4th. Again, when you write out 44, it sums to 144. When you write out April 4th, it sums to 144. Martin Luther King Jr. died on April 4th. His assassin would die 30 years later in prison on a date with 144 numerology. Also, what I want to point out is Valentine's falls within the Roman festival of Lupercalia, which begins on the 44th day of the year, February 13th, the day before Valentine's, and goes for 3 days, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th. Valentine's Day associated with Lupercalia. Lupercalia has this gematria of 44. I think all of this theming, all of these tributes, all of this history factors into the loss with Michigan State today. And I'm telling you, the Freemasons who rigged the games, they are very much aware of this language. They are very much aware of this history. And this is how they contrive headlines and sports outcomes on the regular. Again, if you're new here, I predicted the Super Bowl would be won by the Broncos over the Panthers months before it happened. Before the Super Bowl, I said Von Miller will be MVP. There will be a major Black Panthers tribute. I predicted all of this from reading the numbers, from reading history, because I've come to understand from researching this for years that this is how the Masons are doing it, and this is how sports are scripted. If you doubt it, check out some of my other videos. And for all you Michigan State fans, here's what's up. This was your 117th year of existence. Next year, you'll be in 118 years. March Madness equals 118. That's a good number. Kansas right now is in their 118th year. I think they're going places, but I think they're going to lose to North Carolina. We'll see. Also, Tom Izzo is going to be in his 22nd year of coaching next year. Basketball equals 22. I think that's good for Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo also has that gematria of 106, the number of prophecy, 43 like March. He's already won a championship. I think he might do it again next year. Rebound from this major upset, which might be, in a way, like a sacrifice for the season ahead. So that pretty much sums up the lesson. Just want to show you what I know, what stood out, and why this upset occurred. Until next time.